see in a very long time, since the 17th of August.
It has been a while, hasn't it? And look at these. It's
I
a
love
mix
this.
of
I love what I'm wearing today.
modern-
You guys look great.
Thank you.
Thank you
I love
very
this
much.
jacket. I love this jacket.
Yes, and I'm really excited about this because we're going to call in the heroine of the day. We're wearing Jenny Yohana Cancel, so we want to invite the designer into right here with us. So,
Yes.
Mbak Jenny, hi.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good
Wow,
evening.
you guys look great.
I mean, all thanks to you.
This
Thank
is,
you so
this
much.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel
Like-
great in these clothes.
Suddenly I feel like winter now.
It does, and it is
My-
quite cold in the studio as well, isn't it?
And this is I have to say, I like thick layers.
Very,
You enjoy
very
the
Yes,
layer in the studio?
I am. It's winter here. It's tech winter, as we,
It's tech
as we
winter
talked
indeed.
earlier.
It is.
Yeah.
So thankfully we're inside the studio and we're wearing some very thick clothing. But can you describe a little bit about what this is, or at least what the name of the design is? Because it's very unique.
Yeah, so this is actually two different collections. Yeah, like that's where I start from the menswear first or the
Yeah,
womenswear?
sure. Let's start with the menswear.
Okay, start with the menswear. So you are wearing JYK label collection from Spring Summer 2023. Yeah, so this collection shown at Milan, and I'm wearing a batik durian linggau batik for this collection. And this is actually, we kind of developed the batik's design inspired by the flowers of durian. Yeah, and then you are wearing with the patterns of durian.
Yeah, that's,
Oh yeah, they are. That's right. Yeah.
it is,
That is durian. I just realized that.
it's the most one of the most beautiful things about Indonesia. Tastiest
Yeah.
things about Indonesia.
Wow.
That is durian amazing.
Yes, yeah, that is amazing.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, it's quite interesting when we brought this batik durian collection to Milan. We got a lot of attention because first they don't know what is durian, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so they just saw from the pattern, oh, this is like the fruit of durian. It's the king of the fruit, right? With
Yep.
the interesting smell. And they also, batik durian also has a very quite interesting coloring process because they are using, we call it like, jengkol, sticky beans. Yeah, sticky bean waste and also areca palm fruit. Yeah,
So it's
like
all
pinang,
natural
pinang.
process.
Yeah, all the natural process. Yeah.
And talk through what I'm wearing. I heard you are going to bring ulos, that is the North Sumatran heritage cloth, to Milan next year. So
Yeah.
is this? I heard you told me that this is already ulos. So can you tell me about what I'm wearing? Can you tell everybody what?
Yeah, actually it's kind of like sneak peek of collections that we're going to bring to Milan for the fall winter collection. This is like spring summer.
Okay.
Yeah, spring summer. And this is for the fall winter.
This is fall winter,
Fall winter.
my favorite season of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of that exists here.
No.
Yeah, so this is like I'm using like ulos as a detail of the dress. So basically, when we are using a traditional fabric, we don't have to directly apply everything to everywhere, right? But you can see that, we just like apply to certain, maybe like details. So it
Yeah,
looks like
very nice, very
modern.
nice.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
very
very confident in this.
Yeah,
So I heard
I'm very confident that this will, the ulos will win, the
People's
appreciation.
hearts.
Yeah, people's hearts.
Of
yeah.
course
They're
it
lost
will.
and win. You get it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of winning, we will win with you around later,
Yeah, so
right?
we're gonna do a little game show
Yeah.
later on. So
Yes.
I'm gonna prepare that.
And we are going to head to the seats to continue our
course.
conversation.
Okay.
Let's have a seat, Mbak Jenny,
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, I feel like in overseas now. You're wearing all this.
But yeah, I really do have to say that I feel really, really nice in these clothes because,
Thank you.
there's a lot that you can show, of course, right?
Of course, yeah. And not to mention, what makes me feel especially confident is that I feel very proud of, kind of showcasing my Indonesian heritage by wearing this, while also feeling super cool indeed.
You know what? If I were to go traveling, I would want a jacket like this
Oh,
just
yeah.
to show off how Indonesian I am. It's like people would come up to me, right? And it's,
100%.
this is such a cool jacket.
And the first thing that they're gonna ask for sure is, what is that? And then that's when you can start talking about, Indonesian textiles.
And the durian.
And the durian as well. And I mean, speaking of, Indonesian heritage, what drove and inspired you, to bring the Indonesian cultural heritage to the international stage?
Yeah, so, okay, let me just start from, when you wear this collection, right? And then you imagine that you will be, because some of our customer, they order when they're about to going overseas.
Okay.
So some of them wearing in New York, in Japan, yeah, and in Hong Kong. And then like some of people, they said that they stopped by them and it's like, excuse me, like this is like very beautiful, what do you wear, And that's the idea, is about to be outstanding, And then, yes, I mean like how to be outstanding is just by being who you are.
Right.
As nobody can beat you at being you. So it's mean that when you go overseas, if you go in there out of your country or anywhere, and you just be yourself, you bring your identity as Indonesian, I think that's all the point. And that's why, because I also like study fashion in Italy.
Yep.
And there, I just feel like, how can I compete with them?
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
Because I came to Italy to study fashion. I would like to be designer, and I have a dream that I want to be, how can I say it, also recognized internationally. So I'm just thinking, what will make me difference? And then I'm thinking about why I'm not just be myself. How can I be myself? I just look within and just be myself. And then it's mean that I have to start to digging of who I am and what is my culture has, right? So I think that's the first idea of me, where it's like working with the Wastra.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's such an amazing thing. And you mentioned that you want to be able to be competitive, right? And you want to be able to showcase a lot about yourself, but not just you yourself, but like your heritage very much. How do you translate Indonesian culture into fashion? I mean, this is the evidence. And you mentioned one detail before, that is, it doesn't have to be the entire thing. Like, how did you come up with these placements?
Yeah, to transform culture into fashion, I think it's just apply the traditional fabric, right, into like related to the daily life of people. Because sometimes as designer, we kind of like tend to, how can I say, fall into the fabric, the wastra itself, right? So we become like a costumes, or we become like come back to the past, or become like a certain tribes, and I think like, why not the vice versa, that we bring the traditional, the ethnic, our culture into our daily life.
Right, modernize them.
Yeah,
right?
modernize them, so apply them to, what we need daily, by what we wear, right? With our what we wear. By the way, I also like wearing ulos here. This is ulos.
Okay.
Beautiful. And this is really an elegant jacket. I mean, that's what you mentioned, right? It's really taking it to the next level by thinking about what people need on the daily lives.
Daily life,
So
like what you wear, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be wear ulos like, kind of ulos,
Yeah.
right? Or you just like make it like a skirt, like, but you will look like someone like a Batak go to some ceremony. No, you don't need it. Every day you don't have a ceremony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to have a reason to wear it.
No, you just wear it because you want to.
Exactly.
Because it's the perfect.
I like that.
It's the perfect outfit for any kind of event or any kind of
Yeah,
occasion,
to
really.
support your daily life. Go to office, go to like, some special occasions, go to have a coffee with your friends, right?
I love that.
I can imagine. Yeah, I want to show this off to my friends, really.
Like if I'd be going to a fall winter season holiday, I would take one of those jackets because I love male jackets.
Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
post it on the
Right?
gram as well.
Yeah,
for
it looks
sure.
amazing.
And speaking of posting it on the gram, I can imagine the impact. Just by looking at this myself, it had a massive impact on me the first time I looked at it. Like the first time I saw that, I thought, I want one of these. And I want to show off my heritage. I want to show off my culture, but I want to do it in a way that, I want to do it in a way that can be relatable to other people. So, that requires a massive vision. So, how big would you say, or how big do you feel is the impact or the role that you play in preserving Indonesian cultural heritage? Because this is a part of, ensuring that it lives on, right?
Yeah, sure. So if we notice, right, there's three directions of, like in creative industry that can transform, can bring a transformations, whether in cultural, yeah, it's like especially in culture, they are fashion, music, and film, right? And I think fashions has a very big impact because you can direct people wearing it, so it's apply directly to people. That's why if we kind of like working with our how can I say cultural or heritage fabric, or I call it wastra, and then can you imagine the impact that like like you already wear, like I feel like Indonesian, I'm so proud of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So that's kind of like impact that I would like to bring as a fashion designer, because to be fashion designer, you're not only selling clothes, but actually you're selling a story. So by creating a clothes, so what kind of story that you would like the people that wearing your clothes to feel or to be part of, right? And I think the other impact as well, I'm kind of concerned to see how batik or traditional fabric, wastra, is starting to go to the extinctions direction. They start to extinct.
Right.
If you know, that's a tidore, woven fabric, right? It was like gone 100 years. And then one of my friends, the sister, actually found that fabric tidore. It was like in museum in the Netherlands.
Not even here in
Not even
Indonesia.
here. That's why, and she's from Maluku. It was like, I was like, I didn't know that I have this fabric, and that's why she's starting to how to start revive it again, and then to start to training the people in tidore. And I was like thinking, this is tidore, but how about batik and other fabric, traditional fabric? I'm thinking about, I don't want this tidore story happens. And I'm just thinking, why is start to extinct? Because there's no regenerations.
Okay.
And why there is no generation? I think because there is no quite economic impact to the. I don't want to say that batik people as a craftsmen. I would like to say them as artisans. Do really appreciate them? Do really do they really have a good pay? So maybe the next generation or the second or third generation of this artisan batik, or all the traditional people that have a business in this field, in this batik or in this traditional fabric, can have pride, can have a good economic return, so it can be continue, again and again until. If it's gone, we lost our identity.
Of course.
And the way you
very
do it is by creating demand for it, right?
Exactly.
So designers are the demand, and by creating demand to preserve it, there will be more of these wastras to come. So speaking of your heritage clothing, let's talk about next year. We heard that you decided to choose ulas, right, to bring next year, because this year you brought the durian batik.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next year, why did you decide that it was time for ulas to shine in the lab?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to challenge myself, not only working with batik, but I would like to working with other Indonesian, how to say, traditional textile. So the world also know that Indonesia not merely batik, but we have a woven fabric. Even woven fabric, we have like ikat, tenun ikat from Timor, and ulos. There's lots. There's still lots of Indonesian fabric that I can say that to the international is like a hidden treasure.
Yeah.
And this ulos is also interesting for me because we know that the next year will be like election, right?
Yeah.
So. Do you know that actually ulos has a meaning of unity and harmony?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's why they usually have a special presentation during marriages, right?
Yeah.
Special, for the North Sumatran culture. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a symbol of love and protection. And you know, like in Batak traditions, when the conflict arises and exchanging ulos is symbolize a reconciliation. So, you know, that's why like I use ulos is also kind of reminding, hello, we are Indonesia, let's just be unity and harmony. And whoever elected, just support it.
That's a good energy to send internationally. I mean,
It
and
is.
Hope.
And ulos is a different level of challenge when it comes to design, because batik is cloth, right? Because you draw on the cloth, but ulos is woven, so it's much thicker. Has it been challenging for you has it been a little bit more of a challenge to work with for you in terms of creating something that is unique?
Well, challenging. I think every process of me working with the wastra is challenging, but I think maybe it would be easier if you just have a passion and love what you're doing, right? And with ulos, I have also kind of, how can I say, some relations because my mom is Batak.
Okay.
Her name is Lydia Panjaitan. So I was like, I also would like to dedicate this collection for my mom. And with batik durian, it's from South Sumatra, and my grandma from Palembang. Yeah, so it's easy when you kind of like working with something that quite personal.
Of course.
That's why I said that digging inside yourself, because you know you can find like some inspiration there and stuff.
Well said. And there's no story resonates more than your personal story, because there's a personal touch, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to continue speaking in just a little bit. See, the stories will continue after the break. So make sure you stay tuned, because JYK Designer will still be here with us.
Thank you.